Okay, and now to a very pleasant task. I was mentioned on my channel that I was going to be doing reviews and commentary and that sort of thing. And I decided that I would do a companion piece review of Dr. Vader's 5000's review of Full Metal Alchemist. I also agree that it is a superior series, very morally challenging and complex. And props to Hiromu Arakawa for creating this series. I hope I said that right and didn't butcher her name. And you heard right, it's a she. As anyone who's delved into the world of manga, you would know that a good portion of manga creators are males. So she happens to be one of the few exceptional females. And I have to agree with pretty much a good portion of what Dr. Vader 5000, my friend Jacob, said. Um, this series is very dramatic, very intense, but it has its very funny, lighthearted moments. And no matter how many times you hear the in-joke about Edward being short, a runt, shrimp, etc., and his overreaction to such words is totally hilarious every single time. Um, yeah, this series deals with a lot of heavy issues and really makes you think about how, I guess, you can perceive the world. And yeah, she just really challenges you and makes you think about, the big themes about love, about loyalty, about trust, looking at issues like revenge, war, uh, religion, all of those things. And yeah, anyone who has taken a look at this series will be very impressed at the broad scope of the writer's audacity to delve into these issues, and it's a very enjoyable series. And I would encourage anyone who's ever interested in just taking a look at anime and wondering, what it's all about or why people, are so into it. This is one of the series that you should definitely check out. And yeah, I definitely give this series is one of my favorites and is definitely, I would definitely put it in my top 10. So that's my, I guess, praise for it. But I would also like to discuss also, the origins, I guess you should say, I should say about the series. And, it's, as I said, it's very dramatic, it's very intense, and the way that this series starts is that Edward and his brother Al, when they decide to use alchemy to try and resurrect their dead mother, they didn't realize what they were doing. And the first law of alchemy is equivalent exchange. If you make something with something, some price has to be paid for it. And the first law of alchemy actually is no human transmutation. They didn't realize this, this first law of alchemy. And the reason is no human transmutation is that what price can you put in equivalent exchange for a person's soul or a person's life? And there is no price. So when they tried to resurrect their mother, the price for their failure, in this case to resurrect their mother, was Ed's loss of his leg and Ed's brother Al the loss of his entire body. And in order to get Al back, at least his soul back, Ed had to pay a secondary price of his arm to be able to bond Al's soul to a suit of armor. And from that point on, Edward decided to become a state alchemist, because then he would have the money and the means to be able to travel to find this item called the Philosopher's Stone, which apparently would be able to do human transmutation. We don't know. We've never actually seen an actual authentic Philosopher's Stone, but that's what Al and Ed are now searching for, now that they realized that human transmutation, or at least under normal means, is not possible. So that's basically what the series is about. And like I said, it's very morally challenging and complex, and it comes down to the question of, how far are Ed and Al willing to go to get their mother back, to get Al's body back, to get Ed's arm and leg back. And also, anytime that an alchemist performs or tries to perform human transmutation, a human being obviously is not resurrected. Instead, an artificial creation is created, and this creation is called a homunculi. And the homunculi are humanoid, representatives of the 7 deadly sins, like greed, lust, and envy. And that's usually what they're called. So if this sounds at all interesting to you, I would encourage you to check out the series. Alright, that's it for now.